Okay, well, this is my third take on this video, punching the wrong shit, cause I'm kind of new to this, but I'm kind of digging it though. But anyway, especially about the video thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not fame happy, but I'm liking the idea, you know what I'm saying, being able to, share a few things right quick, you know what I'm saying? That's, important to me. I know always been an inquisitive type person, especially as of late in my later years. But anyway, I got a video on here. I don't know how to name it or whatever. I don't know if you ever find it. You might have to get lucky and run up on it. I ain't learned that part yet, but I'm on here. I was talking about subrogation and jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is, what I'm saying, is the thing when you go before the court, do the court have the authority to charge you or to take any actions against you about a certain crime? Okay. But the trickery is, you know what I'm saying, although in some matters they don't have jurisdiction, like they say, no victim, no crime, and all of those good stuff, you know what I'm saying? But, if you come past that gate, you're in their jurisdiction, you know what I'm saying? Like the captain on the ship, you know what I'm saying? Once you get beyond that, get on that ship, the captain is the boss. Once you go beyond that gate, on the other side of the gate, then you're in their jurisdiction. Now, that's what the issue was about, about this whole thing, basically that and subrogation, all that stuff about your freedom, about your bond, and, which is you entitled to, all that stuff. Okay, kind of don't know what to say no more because I didn't say it so many times, but I messed the video up. But anyway, so that's what this was all about, and I was thinking about representing myself back here some time ago, and especially after I learned, that that you're basically being railroaded, and there's a lot of fraudulent things that the judges was doing to people because they lacked the knowledge. So I said, well, let me see, can I, get off into this because I was a pretty smart guy when I was in school. So I said, well, let me dip off into this. So I went to researching and going to different sites and stuff, and I don't know how it came about, but anyway, what I'm saying, I happened to run across it. I said, oh, okay, let me see about that. So I went to researching it from the videos from You Are the Law and all these different people who out there who are trying to inform us of, saying the unjustness that's going on and how you can go about to remedy that. And so I said, okay, see, and then okay, so I went to researching it and what they from what they said, uh, I researched it and I went to the Michigan Penal Code, the Constitution, the statutes, the codes, and it's in there. It's in there, and it's true. We're supposed to be entitled to that, our freedom, our rights, all this shit. Because our rights are being violated on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? On a daily basis. See, even the seatbelt law. That's not a law. It's nowhere in the law book. It's a statute or a code or whatever it's called. Compel performance. Now, if you don't put that on, who is it hurting? If you don't put it on, you ain't hurting nobody but yourself if you get an accident. But if you don't put it on, then they will fine you. That's called compel performance. That's not a law. You understand what I'm saying? But see, we don't know these things. And then when you go before the judge to fight these things, once you find out about these things, and then you go to the judge to fight these things, they don't even want to let you win because they don't give a damn. All they want is your money, they don't motherfuck you. And you be right because there's no law. There's no law, there's no fine. This is this they put down these statutes and codes, things that it's only meant for people that work for the government. Statutes and codes are for people who work for the government, not for regular citizens like you that work at McDonald's or Mo's or Nextier or whatever the fuck. It's not for us, but they'll put that shit on us, and we'll charge us with it, and we'll give you time for it, and it's illegal. And then when you stand up to fight it, because you done learned it and you know better, you still fuck. Cause see now you stepping on their toes, and you then interfering with their money. Now you creating a problem. Now don't go to the point to where you wanna claim a bond on them, because every agent, government agent, no matter what it is, police officer, mailman, ticket lady, whatever, you understand what I'm saying? If they work for the government, they supposed to have a bond, an insurance bond. That's to show that they have the authority to work in the capacity that they are working in. Whether it be a judge, policeman, attorney, whatever. They're supposed to have that on them at all times. Saying that if they don't, then they don't have no right to try to do nothing to you. Don't give them his police officer. If he don't have that insurance bond on his possession when you ask for it, he's breaking the law. But you think they're gonna let you ride with that? Not likely. Okay. So this is the shit that this was all about, and what this dude was trying to convey to me and other people like me. What I'm saying, or to and stuff like that. So now that you know what's what's going on, and now that they know we know what's going on, what I'm saying, they're gonna make it as hard for you as they possibly can. And that's the part that I was kind of skeptical about, what I'm saying. That's why I was wondering, saying, I don't know if I said this earlier, but we reached out to this lady, saying she's a attorney at law in Atlanta. I mean, sorry, not Atlanta, but in Georgia. And so, she was, dropping little bits and pieces of this, that, and other, mostly about civil cases and stuff like that, traffic tickets, driver's license, something like that. But in all laws, no matter whether it's uh, felony or misdemeanors, that you have the same uh, procedures as to how to go about, getting justice, saying, when justice is not being administered correctly, okay? And no matter whether it's, like I said, no matter whether it's a felony or misdemeanor, it don't matter. It all comes down to the same thing when you go about trying to seek that, revenue. You know what I'm saying? It's a law that they're supposed to go by, and it's a law, if you know it, that you're supposed to be able to require. You know what I'm saying? Or ask for it, because it's entitled to you, because it's in the book, it's Constitution, the statutes, the codes. It's there, and that's the law. You know what I'm saying? That's the Bill of Rights, the first 10 commandments. That's it. That's in there. And these people, because we are the people, not them, they are here to serve us. They're supposed to honor that oath. You know what I'm saying? That oath of office. You know what I'm saying? They are sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America, but they not. Now that is a violation. That's a criminal act on their behalf. You know what I'm saying? They have violated their rights. They have broken their oath to the Constitution, but but their oath is not to us. Their oath and their loyalty is to this Queen Elizabeth over in Great Britain. We're under British law. You understand what I'm saying? That's where we're at. You know what I'm saying? These attorneys and these judges, they're all the same. They nobles, nobility and noble rule and nobility. They pledge their allegiance and their loyalty to the Queen. The people who got the money to own the 6 banks, or own all the banks, or whatever it is. I think they own the most, the 6 biggest banks as well. But anyway, they own them all. Period. And not only that, they own everything. They run the churches. They infiltrated the Roman Catholic Church, which is supposed to be the mother church of all religions, as far as Protestant and Christians and whatever else in the American form type, like things. I don't know, Presbyterian or whatever the case may be. I don't think it's got nothing to do with Buddha and all that shit there, and all that shit there from China came on before the United States go. Which, and you know what I'm saying? Because see, like I say, they rule. You know what I'm saying? Rome, the Roman Catholic Church, and those people over there, they run America, because those families, the old money, the old heads, they own the money and they run the things. See? And so therefore that's why, they are governing the United States, because the families own it. They own everything. 16 business family, they own the whole world. Those and all those people who own that world own the whole world, basically, especially the United States. While that go, if not the whole world, I know they own the United States, pretty much everything else in it, and probably some more shit to go with it. Who knows? But see, they own this. See, so these people have to do what they say, because see, they they say he who has the money has the power. They own the military. They own the reserves. And matter of fact, there's no such thing as Federal Reserve. They're just a place where the rich people keep all their money, and they have that on a military card. It's not a regular bank. It's not a federal bank. That's a private bank. You understand what I'm saying? For the rich people to carry their shit in to keep their gold in. Okay? Now, the thing is, when when you get you an attorney, you automatically give up your right to jurisdiction, because you are now considered a ward of the court, because you're not man enough to handle your own business. So you have to have an attorney do it for you, and that's what they call it, a minor account. You know what I'm saying? Because not because you're 18 and under, but because you do not know how to handle your business. So therefore, when you have to go seek help from someone else, then that person is your trustee. You understand what I'm saying? Because he handling your shit for you. Now, once you get someone, like I say, which is an attorney, you are now become a ward state, because he's a part of the state. I mean, a part of the court, and the judge part of the court. So they treat you as a minor, just like the juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. You're not capable. You don't have the mental capacity to handle your business. And in most cases, we didn't, because we don't know nothing about the law. So that's how you get, taken. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, didn't say it in this one, but I said in the previous video that I had to, discard because so much time went by. But that bond that you get when you go to court and they give you a bond, that's your bond, it's in your name. That bond is your surety. You're supposed to be able to take that bond, pay for any debt, settle any debt, and it's supposed to offset anything that you're going through, whether it's felony or misdemeanor. It's supposed to offset whatever it is, and settle your debt. And now that we know this, they don't want you to know this. And if you try to claim that bond, or that what do you call it, bill of complaint to something. I ain't got it right before me now, but anyway, that's what it's called. Bill of complaint to equity. That's the name of it. Bill of complaint to equity. See, that bond is equity. It's just like cash money in the bank. But see, but now that you know that they know you know these things, now when you want to try to stand up and stand up for your rights and get the money so they don't use it. Because see, when you don't use it, they claim it. They use it in your name. Now when you get that bond, and when they send you a letter in all capital letters, that's not your name. It reads like your name, but under the English language, that's not your name. Your name starts with a capital this and lowercase that, capital this, lowercase that. Not all capital. See that all capital name? That's that fictitious person that's supposed to be you. And if you answer to that name and stand up to that capitalized, all capitalized letter name, then you will be subject to that grantor or trustee to handle that business. But the only difference about it is you'll be claimed as that person, but you won't be getting nothing out of that bond or whatever the fuck it is that they're going to use in your name under that name. They're going to benefit that out. It's a site called GMEI, all capital letters. And I came across this on YouTube back here a couple of weeks ago. You type in your social security number in that spot and click enter, and you'll see a list of shit pop up with your social security number that's in Japan and all over the place. These are companies, you know what I'm saying, that's got business going on under your social security number. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's what they call that straw man, that fictitious person, but they're using your name as that person. But see, but it's something that you don't know nothing about. See, and it's deep. And I can't explain it totally because I'm a beginner at this, so I can't go all the way off into it like I would like to, but I know enough to know this much. You know what I'm saying? And that's where they get all their money from. Because see that bond and all these things they doing in your name and all the stuff that you're supposed to be able to get when they, I know y'all heard about the Social Security card where, you know, that's a bond, your birth certificate's a bond. When you was born under a bond, and that bond was supposed to be for this reason, that reason, for whatever, for whatever. And you're supposed to be able to take your social security card, but your social security number is just like your PIN number. You can use your course. You're supposed to be able to do it, but they won't let you. And go anywhere, buy anything you want, and not pay a dime and walk right on up out of there. You can go buy your house, a boat, a car, all this shit at one goddamn time, because that's just how much shit you got in your bond out of all these fucking years that they didn't capitalize on and been saving, because you know you like, you know, like, see, that's your bond, but see, they your trustee. See what I'm saying? And they've been using it because you don't have access to it, so they used it. So they take what was for you and use it for them and build their riches upon that, besides all that they got already. See, that's where that goes. But like I say, anyway, and see, and this guy, he did all these things, and and he taped it, because they won't let you take cameras in our course around here, not too many. But anyway, I know they won't do it in my county. But he did everything right, and they didn't honor it, and they police roughed him up, had somebody jump on him, FBI set him up. I think he's in federal penitentiary now, and all this man did, what I'm saying, was trying to help people from losing their home from foreclosure, and what the government got down on, what is it? I don't want to tell a lot about the X amount of money, but it was in the millions. And but the homeowner, all they got was $300 to $400, and so he was doing this for people, and so the government kind of like got mad at him about that shit because they were fucking with his pocket, so they went start putting bold charges on him and putting him in jail, and and trying to charge him with, was it some type of rape or something like that or whatever, and he beat that case. And then they came back and charged him with the same thing again, because you don't supposed to get tried, but once you've been found guilty of a crime or whatever the case may be, they can't charge you with that shit no more. But then they come right back and charge the man again. He got it all written down on a letter. He sent a letter to this news reporter, saying, and I had the news reporter talking about, read the letter out, to the public, because he wanted the public to know that they trying to kill him and doing this, that, and the other. And he said he wants everybody to know that he's not going to kill himself, because he's stronger than that, and he got a lot to live for. He said, but just in case, if I don't make it or whatever the case may be, I want y'all to know that this is just that it's not a suicide. This is what it is, and I want my family to know, and they already know, but I want my family to know that I'm not going to kill myself because I got too much to live for, and this, that, and other, so on, so on, so on, so on, so on, so on, so on. Right now, back to some more issues, what I'm saying, not concerning that. Okay, now, but like I said, nobody, never could answer that for me, what I'm saying? But they always was talking about this thing, this subrogation and this judicial, jurisdiction thing, but it's always been on civil matters like traffic tickets, driver's license, but nobody on no real criminal shit. And I don't mean real criminal, but I'm talking about felony shit. All this other shit was just misdemeanor shit. So I was kind of curious, because I'm like, I know what to do, to get it started. You know what I'm saying? I did my research. I got that. But what happened when they go left for me? I found out when I ran into this dude's video accidentally, because I was just browsing YouTube. I like to, read different things, see different things, you know what I'm saying, just out of curiosity. I happened to run into that dude there. And I said, oh, now this is what I've been talking about. And I watched every video that dude had. That's about 27 minutes a piece, probably a little more, whatever. And he taped every bit of it. And you should see how they did it. You should see how they did it. Dude, very bright, very intelligent, and brave. You understand what I'm saying? And I say brave for the simple fact, anytime you put yourself in harm's way to enlighten your people, you know what I'm saying? And because he was exposing the government for their corruptness. That's the term they use. And you can see this in a lot of places, you know what I'm saying? And it's happening to us every day, especially when we go into jail for codes and statutes which doesn't even apply to us. That applies to government workers. Only thing applies to us is law, the constitutions, and common law. Common law is God law. When you hurt somebody or you took in some kind of financial gain away from somebody, well, that's common sense. There, you done violated some shit. You understand what I'm saying? Now that kind of shit like that, then you know, then you got no subrogation and no jurisdiction, nothing coming. That's out that's out the picture. But now if you under that commercial law where you done where ain't no one been hurt, no one, it says no one no financial loss or nothing like that. It says that on there, but I can't understand how the hell but I ain't questioning. I'm gonna leave that just where it's at because I'm glad but it ain't gonna work for your ass no way. But anyway, but it says that robbery, kidnapping, possession of gun, this, that, and that, other drugs, whatever, you just name it, saying, extortion, all this. But hell, if kidnapping and robbing ain't taking nothing from a motherfucker, what is? You understand what I'm saying? But that's what that's supposed to be. But anyway, if it's not like they said, if it's not someone has not been harmed or no has not lost any financial gains, then that's not a common law. But if someone has been hurt and they have lost some financial gain, that's under common law, which they call that God's law. Okay, but anything outside of that is commercial law. You know what I'm saying? And from what it says, no victim, no crime. Okay. So now from what I'm gathering now, when you go through that, ooh, at 21 minutes. So when you go through that and you getting sentenced to jail time for codes and what is it, codes and statutes that don't even apply to us, that's illegal. That's a federal crime. That's something punishable. Punishable. You know what I'm saying? By law. But they're not getting punished because they're all together on this shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I hope y'all got my message on that, especially those who know what I'm talking about. But this is just something that I just wanted to put out here because what I'm saying, I was curious as to how do you work the middle and the ending. And I see it for myself. I was shown it ain't nothing nice. So if you're a black person, you know what I'm saying, let's remember one thing, there's a black law and there's a white law. What they say we got, we really don't have. They make it seem like you got it, but you don't have it and never will. And so I'm gonna leave that alone. I hope I can post this and I hope I ain't ran over the time limit. And I'll see y'all later.